Good morning, Northern California. Thanks for starting your day with us. It's Sunday, February 25th. I'm Monica Coleman.
The last Sunday of the month. I'm meteorologist Brendan Minchef.
A fast month it was for
Yep.
some. For me, it took forever. But Brendan, I'm really happy this weekend.
Yep.
We're ending on a strong
Absolutely.
weekend for February because it's warm outside.
Absolutely, yeah. We made it to 71 degrees yesterday downtown Sacramento. Not quite as warm today, but still the weather will be very nice.
All right, Brendan will be back in a couple of minutes with your weather forecast. But first, here are your morning headlines. Your time is 6:03, and we are turning now to our 2024 election coverage. And a major upset. Former President Donald Trump winning a decisive victory in South Carolina's primary last night, beating challenger Nikki Haley in her own home state. But Haley is vowing to fight on. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more on this big defeat for the former governor. Good morning, Jay. Jay, like you said, all eyes will be on Michigan next. Thank you. We are now 2 years into the war in Ukraine. Frustration and trauma growing every day as U.S. aid stalls in the halls of Congress. Meanwhile, Russia seems every day to gain more ground against Ukraine. Those feelings now spreading here in California. With the state capitol lit blue and yellow in support, a lot about the war has been unclear, including just how many people have been killed. Numbers from the Pentagon and the United Nations show that around 60,000 Russian soldiers have died. Turning to more of your top stories this morning, an international fight to ban octopus farming now includes California. A new bill would ban the importing of farmed octopus in the Golden State. It would also stop the state from creating octopus farms here. Right now, if you've eaten octopus, it's been caught in the wild and the Animal Legal Defense Fund. Coming up on ABC 10 Weekend Morning News, we are talking with the experts about all things California politics and policies. That's next on Weekend Mornings. Welcome back. Each weekend, ABC 10's Walt Gray catches up with a California journalist about the biggest political stories of the week. Here's Walt with more. From a multi-million-dollar contract deal to a controversial celebration by fans at a college basketball game, ABC 10's sports reporter Matt George is breaking down this morning's sports stories. Hey everyone, thanks for staying with us. I'm Monica Coleman alongside my friend Brendan Minchef. Brendan, I was thinking today would be a really good day to drive down to Lodi, do some wine tasting, sit outside. It's so beautiful.
It's going to be another really nice day. Yesterday was great. We're in the 70s. Today will be close to 7.
I see the sunshine on Tuesday for Election Day, which is always positive. And speaking of Election Day, it's less than 2 weeks away, and a measure in San Joaquin County will decide the future of the town of Mountain House. Take a look. The county will vote on Measure D. If passed, it would create the city of Mountain House. The no vote would keep things the same, with San Joaquin County in charge of planning decisions. ABC 10's Gabriel Porras has been tracking the story and has the latest from Mountain House this morning. If Measure D passes, it will take 1 year to transition to a city starting on July 1st. As election season ramps up, Californians will have one statewide proposition on this year's primary ballot to consider. It has to do with mental health. ABC 10's Brandon Ritterman explains what Prop 1 is all about. Agreement on a controversial housing project in Elk Grove. The city announced a settlement agreement with the Oak Rose apartment complex. And according to the city, the housing project plans to relocate away from the historic district. You have probably heard of a no-fly list, usually in the context of people on the terror watch list, but what about a list for your pets? Brandon Lewis from our National Verified team looks into claims that there's a no-fly list for misbehaving animals. The Mardi Gras came alive yesterday in Old Sacramento. This year's parade theme was a salute to Sacramento's very own Greta Gerwig with a nod to Barbie. The parade started rolling on Front and J Streets next to the Railroad Museum. Coming up on ABC 10 Weekend Morning News, we are taking a trip to the biggest little city in the world and seeing why they're home to some of Hollywood's most iconic cars. That story in 3 minutes. Whether it's Barbie or Oppenheimer or any movie in between, automobiles and movies make a big difference and themselves can become historical movie collectibles. And you can see some of them at the National Automobile Museum in Reno. ABC 10's Marcus Allen takes us around. And the SAG Awards were overnight in Los Angeles, and the run-up to the Oscars now just 2 weeks away. ABC's Doreen Shaw's in LA with a look at who went home a winner.